Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more than the meta. So guys, I wanted to go ahead and show you my defensive strategies and how I like to work against people that run a lot of empty sets. I originally went into this game plan going against this guy with my intention of using a 34 odd, but the way this guy was running his offense and trips and how he was attacking the flats, it really got me out of my scheme. It would be forced me to make really aggressive adjustments, and he would be setting me up for some big plays. So I had to get out of the 34 odd and switch in a different defense, and I'll show you some of my setups and my philosophies behind that. So guys, if you are new to my channel and you do like my content, I just want to point out that over 60% of you guys are not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button, guys. I try to provide you some good content and some stuff like that. And also, if I get several likes, I get a high percentage of likes, I'll actually show you some breakdowns on how I run my offense, in particular probably how I run my offense against this guy, because this guy was playing a specific defense and there's easy ways to stop it. So let's go ahead and jump into this gameplay. One of the things I do love about the update with the new patch is that you have your audibles preset. So when I do run my defense, I like to do baseline option. I'm going to be putting conservative, strip ball conservative, and then obviously tackle conservative. I'm actually going to be running the 34 defense, and in particular, basically I've got the cover one hole. Pinch bucko is one of my defensive setups. I've also got the cover 3 match, and then the cover 2 hard flats is my intention. So that's basically the stuff that I want to go ahead and use on this defense. And what's cool about this is everything gets set up. So I just wanted to show this to you. Now, what I like to do out of the huddle when I'm running the cover 4, or actually the 34 odd defenses, I like to run cover 4 drop. And the reason I do the drop version, from the very beginning, is that these guys will fall back deep and not give up any kind of a deep pass. And I want to just see what my opponent will do against it. So he comes out of a gun trips Y slot. And usually that means it's going to be three wide receivers on one side. So you can see we got basically 3 wide receivers over here, 1 wide receiver, and then the running back. So in this type of situation, what I want to do is I've got kind of a curl flat right here. These guys are going to protect deep. And then I've got a defender right here. So what I like to do is I like to man him up here, and I'm going to use this backside defender because I've got 3 guys over off the left looking at the defense. Now what I did is I didn't make the adjustment correctly, and basically what I did is I manned up this edge defender who should be coming into a curl flat, and I didn't make the right adjustment on that. So I didn't set this up. He quickly snaps the ball, and look what he's got going on right here. He's got a simple stick concept. He's got a flat concept out to the left, and he immediately throws the ball out to the stick concept, and it basically takes advantage of this 34 odd defense. So he's seen this defense before. He knew what to do. Once again, I'm going to go and show up. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to press my guys down, and my adjustment is to go ahead and take this guy, put him on the 3 wide receiver, and then basically I'm going to use this guy and watch anything that comes over the top. So that was my defensive setup. I motion over. You can see I've got the defense set up. But because he actually runs the ball, and as a result, with the inside zone, I'm able to go ahead and stop him for a 3-yard gainer. So that's good. It is kind of a deterrent to run the ball. But you can see he's already hit me with a stick concept, and then basically and does that. Now he jumps into gun stealers, empty stealers. So this is where I jump out of this. And the play in particular I'm looking for is the cover 6 Willie. See if we find it right here. So this is the play I like to use, and the reason why is that this is like it's a hybrid coverage. You got cover 2 on one side, and then you basically have like cover 4 on the other side. So I like this just because it kind of throws people off. So I jump into this. I've got basically the coverage, man coverage assignment right there, and I think because these guys are baseline, that's why essentially they're off the man. They should be kind of pressed. So this is what I do. I bunch up my line right here, and I think I rotate this guy down. I'm going to use this middle linebacker, and then I'm going to QB contain with the anticipation that his only option to run the ball is to take field and rush him out. So that's why I've got a QB contain on this guy. Rotate the guy over. I believe it should be sliding over the 3-rec hook. So you can see the 3-rec hook comes over. So now I've got basically a box with my defenders right here, and then I've got these guys manned up with over-the-top protection. And my responsibility is kind of play in the middle of the field, watch for any kind of crossing routes, and hope he doesn't get to the outside with his quarterback, because you can see the contain is going on. So this is my mentality on this defense. This is how I'm going to run it. Just waiting for something to come over the middle of the field. And basically he does scramble out, and my edge defender, who isn't a contain, gets out leveraged by Justin Fields, who arguably is one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the game next to Lamar, and he's able to go and pick up a first down. So I got to take that into consideration with this defense. I've got to make sure that he's going to run with his quarterback, and you'll see me making adjustments on that. So gun tights Y slot, which essentially is a trip set. Once again, I go ahead and jump into cover 4, and here's my setup. I've got 3 wide receivers over here. I've got 1 wide receiver over here. What I want to do is I want to take this defender, man him up on a 3 wide receiver, and I'm just going to user this guy over the middle of the field. Let's see if we get this adjustment set up. Now, the other adjustment you could do with this type of situation is actually go ahead and do hard flats. But I was just waiting for this guy to actually do that. I actually could see this guy comes out, and I'm able to go ahead and tackle him for basically a 4-yard gainer. But he was taking the flat. Anytime I'd go after him, he'd take the flat. He would actually take it. So now he goes back to empty stealer once again. And I think what I did is I jumped into the cover 6 Willie once again. And this time I actually flipped the man defenders. Just to try to give him a different type of look. And what I do is I put this guy into a spy and a QB contain. So if he rolls out with his quarterback, I've got another defender that's going to help contain. And my responsibility as this blitzer is to man this guy up and actually carry him to make sure he doesn't hit me over the middle of the field. So watch what happens with this type of situation. I go ahead, I'm just a step behind. This guy's playing a half, this guy's carrying, and I've got basically these guys doing their quarters type defense in the backside. He throws it right over the middle of my guy. I don't pick off the ball. I'm just a yard short. That could have been an interception, but you can see he saw that I was a little bit out of position. He threw over the top of it. So it was a really good read, good decision. So right here, once again, I set up the same defense. But this time what I do is I press the guys down. And I'm basically trying to defend. I want to wall this guy off right here. I want to make sure that I've got to wall this guy off. And I'm going to press these guys down so he doesn't get a good release, and actually throws into my man defender. My defender came down and played that, so I'm actually able to get a interception based on him just making a bad decision. And he probably should have scrambled his quarterback. That was a bad decision, but basically had everything all locked up. So go up by a score right here, 7-0. Get the ball back. He's got 3 minutes and 21 seconds left. I go back into the 34. My goal was to use the 34 defense. He goes into stick, and you can see my defender actually came out and then came back in. Didn't play the out, and he actually picks up a good chunk of yards. So I'm thinking, okay, I got to make some type of an adjustment to that. So now I'm going to go and press my guys down. And what I do is I still stay with the same type of coverage, and he does an inside zone. I'm right there to fill the gap, but I missed my tackle. And he's able to go ahead and take Warren and go ahead and get a touch off that. So that was my responsibility. I blew it. I totally missed a tackle. He fell right into my gap, and I actually was there to tackle him, and he just ran right by me. So I just missed it. Not a big, not a huge deal. I feel comfortable about that. As long as I keep scoring him, okay. So 21 seconds left. I basically chewed the clock down as much as possible. I got my defense. I went ahead and pressed the guys, and they started all just scrambling up. They weren't in the right position. So I'm going to go ahead and take a timeout. I'm not going to get myself in a bad situation. So right here, I go into cover 2 man. And basically, I'm going to avoid pressing my guys. So I got cover 2 man, and my responsibility is to try to QB contain, make sure he scrambles. You can see what I did now is actually take these guys out so they can't get leveraged. So if he's going to scramble, he's going to come up in the middle of the field. But I've got these safety help for any kind of deep balls, and they should be in position for that. So here's a play that really surprised me. Basically, he had just an outside streak, and the defender came down and let this wide receiver just pass it. And you can see this guy is actually just kind of just hovering, but he's not really biting it. He gets over the top of my coverage and gets the ball into field goal range right there. And takes a quick timeout. So that was a really good decision, good throw by him. He got himself into field goal range. So that really worked out for him. So I figured, well, you know, if he's going to beat my man coverage, I might as well switch it up, and I decided to go ahead and jump into cover 4 as my defense. Because you know, I just want to see how he's adjusting to how he adjusts to cover 4, because a lot of people, some people have problems with match coverage. So here we go. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and QB contain my guys. I'm going to go ahead and drop myself a zone. I've got my palms coverage set up. What I like to do is I like to take these outside guys and put these in deep thirds. And the reason why is that a simple smash concept like so will actually expose you for a touchdown. So that's why I put my guys on the outside into deep thirds. Let's see if we actually see the play art on this. I'm actually setting this up. You see how these guys have deep thirds over here? Just a different thing. This is my setup. My job, once again, is to wall off this wide receiver right here on the inside, the number 3. And just make sure that he doesn't get past me, because he did it previously. He threw past me. And you can see I got matching principles right here. This guy's actually rolling. I got this guy over the top. And what's cool about Palm's defense is this guy's going to match too. He reads it correctly. He throws the seam, but I guess he didn't see that guy. That was actually, it was a good read, but you could see I actually got an interception. He actually could have had another touchdown right there, but because I switched into palms, that messed him up. It messed up his reads. He didn't really know what to do with it. So it worked out pretty well for me in that type of situation. So right here, we're going to go ahead. I'm up 2 scores, and he comes out of empty stealer once again. So this is what I do is I try to go ahead and switch back into palms. Very simple with these empty sets. Palms is once again is a great defense to go ahead and use if you really don't have an idea on how to stop empty. What I like to do is I like to press these guys down. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and take these guys, put them in, and we're going to put these guys onto contains, and then I'll drop usually a tackle into some type of a QB spy type situation. And you can see right here, he doesn't really know where to go with the ball. He actually drops it down to one of my inside defenders, and Lassiter is able to pick him off. And he pretty much rage quits after that. So guys, I just want to show you my adjustments and what I'm doing online to try to adjust to people's offenses and what they like to do. So if you do like these type of breakdowns, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, guys, if you do like these type of context. I'm going to try to come out with some more tips and strategies to help you guys get more stops on defense. So once again, thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.